The African Union is also pressing for reparations from the EU countries.
A United Nations vote has sparked outrage, with warnings that it could open the door to Britain being hit with a reparations bill worth trillions. The UN General Assembly has passed a resolution declaring the transatlantic slave trade the greatest crime in humanity, and calling for countries to consider reparations.
I've made clear that African leaders or Caribbean leaders are not looking for money. It goes against our conscience to seek to profit from this.
123 countries stood up and said the transatlantic slave trade was the gravest crime against humanity in recorded history. 3 countries said no: America, Argentina, Israel. That is the company this nation chose to keep on the International Day of Remembrance for Slavery Victims. Let that sit. Researchers have already calculated exactly what is owed: between $14 and $26 trillion. Not millions, trillions.
So yeah, no surprises, even though this country was entirely built, like this stolen country was built by stolen people with stolen labor. And you expect a thief to acknowledge the theft? But the European Union,
France and the UK were amongst those that abstained. Whilst the resolution really got the backing of much of the global south, it did prove controversial for some Western powers, mainly because they are concerned about the mention of reparations. They argue that modern governments should not be held legally liable for historical crimes. Supporters argue, however, that this is about recognition of justice, not blame for current generations, and that it is part of a process towards healing.
Both the EU and the US raised concerns that the resolution could be seen as creating a hierarchy of crimes against humanity.
In 1661, Barbados enacted a code for the enslaved. And in the preamble, it said, Negroes are described as, and I quote, a heathenish, brutish, and uncertain, dangerous kind of people, quotations closed.
Everybody in the world bought that the African got onto the boat as African, got off as black, got off as slave. And the entire world bought into it. People not even having a culture, not having a language, not even having land they tied to.
ever since Queen Mother Audley Moore practically began the modern reparations movement in the early 60s. She started it. An anti-imperialist, pan-African organizer.
And when you make it an all-black thing, that's automatically going to get shut down if you were to present some type of, bill or something for reparations. And the reason why that would get shut down is you can't do like a race-based, monetary thing.
You people who don't realize black means African, but because you're uneducated, you don't understand when you say black, you're still saying African.